David, first of all, how does it feel to be in this position again?
Very proud. Again, I don't want to repeat myself from 18 months ago, but I'm a very proud man to be asked by the board and the chairman and the owner to take the team. At the same time, it's always a tough time when any manager loses his job, because I've been in football forever, and when any manager or coach loses the job, you know one day that could be you. So it's tough, but it's the business that we're in. But from a personal point of view, I'm a very proud man sat here, fit and able to lead the team and to lead Everton out for doesn't matter how many games. I'll stand there, a proud man, and give it everything I've got.
Overall, then, what is your reaction to the decision to let Ronald Koeman go at this stage?
Well, everybody will have their opinions, and quite rightly so, because football is an opinions game. The bottom line for any manager when they lose the job is that did you win enough games? And unfortunately, we're in a position where you're going to say no, we didn't. Well, no, we haven't. But at any football club, if you don't win enough games, your position will always be the subject of much debate.
You've been caretaker here before. You've been caretaker in your time at Preston as well, in the managerial capacity, obviously. With that in mind, how difficult a decision was it to accept this role once more?
It's not a difficult. It's a very easy decision to make. I spent the afternoon with the chairman yesterday. We spoke everything Everton, from how many games to individual players to plans for the short term, long term. We spoke about everything. So I had a great chat with the chairman, but it's not a difficult decision at all to stand as Everton manager. If you're an Evertonian, that makes you very proud.
So I take it then you still want this job full time, and with regard to that, then what has the chairman said to you?
Well, I'll repeat myself from last time I was sat here 18 months ago. Who wouldn't want this job? It is a wonderful football club with amazing fans, and it is a top job for absolutely any manager, myself included. The chairman has given me an opportunity, Farhad has given me an opportunity, the board have given me an opportunity to hopefully get a run of games where performance levels go up and we produce some wins as well. From that, performances and results will dictate any future for me as Everton manager.
You obviously sense then that it's an opportunity to show you're ready to make the step up from the under-23s.
Yeah, I want to manage, and this is an amazing club to be manager of. But yeah, I think the time has come to say that. I make no secret of it at all. I want to manage. However, I do have a wonderful job. That is a challenge and is something I really enjoy. So what will be will be. I'll just do my best on the training ground every day and within the games with the staff that I've got, with the players that we've got, and we'll try and win a few football games.
You'll know as well as the chairman that successful managers in trophy terms since the war have been former Everton players. That's a good omen, isn't it?
Well, let's hope that's the same case this time round. No, it's a great stat, isn't it? It's a stat that I'm aware of. So let's hope I can follow Joe Royle and win something.
In terms of lifting the squad at the moment, what have you said to them today?
Well, Steve Walsh and I got them in this morning. Steve spoke to the group, and I wanted to speak to them on my own. I did. I didn't. I don't really want to divulge what I said because that's between myself and the players. We went out this morning at 11 o'clock and we had a great session. The spirit was great. Within 5-10 minutes of the ball rolling, the players were fine. They were buzzing, and I felt it was a really good session. Very similar to last time when we took the team. The players reacted straight away. We've done a little bit of work this morning for the game tomorrow, and we'll travel down to London this afternoon. So yeah, I felt it went really well this morning.
I've obviously seen you a number of times at Goodison Park. You see the home fixtures at the very least. What do you feel then has been the root of the problem this season? Well,
we'll all have our opinions and we'll all look at individuals or formations. The bottom line is we haven't won enough games. Performances have been okay for spells. I don't think there's been a lack of effort. I think the commitment to the cause has been there. We just haven't won enough games, and it's very, very simple. It's a collective thing. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about a lot of different things about what the problem is. The problem is the team hasn't won enough games, and we have to burden the responsibility together, not down to individuals leaving, individuals not coming in. It's a team game, and we burden that together.
Obviously, a lot of people point to a number of players coming in this summer not necessarily hitting the ground running, and you see the likes of Sigurdsson, Klaas and Ramirez as names that are mentioned. Why do you think it hasn't quite happened for that group of players who have come in this summer?
I think it's always difficult when new players come into a team that's struggling. Now, the team hasn't been playing particularly well, and we haven't won enough games as this club would expect. So for any new player, that's always tough. A new player would obviously ideally want to come into a team and a squad that is performing and winning games, because it's a lot easier and your confidence is high. I think confidence looks low on certain individuals, but like I said, it's not, you know, I don't want to pinpoint any individuals. I don't want to pick anybody out to say, well, you're not playing well or he's not playing well. It's a team thing, and as a team we haven't performed as well as we should do, and not won enough games. How
long then, given that you spoke to the chairman yesterday, if you had to really formulate any kind of game plan for this game against Chelsea?
Well, from that last night, I got the staff in and we started talking about it yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and we were in early this morning and put something together, and we've spent an hour and a half on the pitch this morning as well. So we'll continue to talk this afternoon and while we're in London tomorrow. But I've got a good idea of the team and how I want to play and the way the Everton fans will respond to the way we want to play.
You're not getting much time between games either when you think about it, are you? Obviously Leicester at the weekend, then it's Lyon again, Europa League, Watford then, and it's into an international break.
No, I mean, I think that has to be said, but you know, what time we do have to have is we have to have quality time. We have to be fully prepared. We probably have to work a lot harder as a staff off the pitch now, because of the fact that the games are coming thick and fast. We haven't got as much time on the training ground as we would want, but you know, the players will take on board the information we give them, and you know, we'll have to try and keep it as simplistic as we can in between games, because they are coming thick and fast.
Have you been given a set number of games, as you understand?
No, Vinny, I haven't. You know, the chairman just asked me to take it. He's gonna talk to me every day, every week. We'll discuss it all the time. There's been no points total or number of matches. You know, I've just been honoured to asked to take the team. So hopefully there's a run of games. Hopefully there's a run of games, and like I said, results and performances will probably dictate that.
And when you look at the competition that you face for this role, certainly the names that are being mentioned in the bookies' odds at the moment, what do you make of the competition that you're facing? And then does the club need a change of direction in so much as the last two times they've gone down the foreign manager route? Is it time to go back to a British manager?
I think the club needs a winning manager. You know, that's simple. Yes, there's some very good foreign coaches in the Premier League. There's also a lot of very good British coaches, British managers around as well. So whoever gets the honour of having this role has to win. So we want a winning manager, and we want a manager who knows the club and, you know, more importantly, will win for this club and win trophies, because that's what we need.
Just to check who's working with you, John April and Joe Royle?
Yeah, Joe is will probably join us as well. Duncan is with us, and I managed to bring in Alan Kelly, the goalkeeping coach, last night. He did great, and he got the last flight over from Ireland, and I interrupted a family holiday, so I apologise to his family, but he's with us this morning. So yeah, I know Alan from my Preston days, and he's a great goalkeeping coach, so Alan's joined us as well.
And the under-23s tonight?
Well, I'm not taking that.
I was going to say, I thought you could have maybe doubled up and gone on to Chelsea from there.
Franny Jeffers is taking that tonight, so he's been working with us all season. So Franny will take that along with a couple of other coaches as well from the academy.
And in terms of the players you got available, obviously Gay suspended from the weekend, but Schneiderlin injured still, McCarthy a possibility?
No, James and Morgan both trained this morning and they're both available to play.
And Ross Barkley, what does the change of manager maybe do for his future, and where's he at in his battle to regain fitness?
Well, I spoke to him this morning, spoke to him yesterday. I saw him in the gym. He was working really hard. He's coming along nicely. From my opinion of Ross is, I would love him to stay. I would absolutely love him to stay. He's a top talent. Everton has done great for him. He's done great for Everton. But he could be one of the all-time greats here. And I would love him to be persuaded by myself, by the chairman, by Farhad, to stay and sign a contract, because we shouldn't be losing players of his quality. He's a top player, and he's a great player that's come through our ranks as well. And I feel very strongly that we shouldn't be losing our own players.
Do you get the impression then that he's more open to staying than he was last season?
I've not spoken to him about that since I spoke to the chairman yesterday. I will be doing. I'll be sitting down with him. I'd love him to sit down, have a cup of tea with me, and discuss the possibility of signing and staying here, because we love him, and I know he loves Everton as well. So, I want everybody to come together, and hopefully we can thrash something out with Ross.
Hi David, Ollie Foster from BBC News. You said the lads were buzzing, and within 5 minutes they were getting back in the swing of things. What has the atmosphere been like around the place when things just haven't been working the last couple of weeks and months, really?
I couldn't tell you, because we were separated from the first team. We train on a different pitch, and they have a separate building now. So I couldn't actually tell you, quite honestly, how the mood has been day to day. What I've seen from my own eyes is performances that have been okay. We haven't been winning enough. But I couldn't actually honestly tell you what it's been like, because the first team are on the other side of the building.
You talked about the performances, and you think the commitment's been there as well, but obviously it's a question of results. Do you feel that with those new recruits, 140 million quid's worth over the summer, it might have clicked, given another bit more time for Ronald?
I'm sure Ronald will tell you that he thoroughly believed that, and who knows. Just because you spend money doesn't give you any desired right to win a football match. You've got to earn it in the Premier League, and you've got to earn it by sometimes not playing nice football, or not. You've got to battle to win every single point in the Premier League. So just because you spend, an amount of money, it doesn't give you any guarantees that you're going to, play winning football. But the demands of this club determine that you have to. So even though you spend the money, you've got no right to win any game. But what we've got to do is get back to winning ways. So whatever team we put out, be it the big money signings, or we've got to come together as a team, and we've got to start winning some games.
Are you excited with that group of players when you look at them on paper, working with them? Do you think they've got what it takes to get your heads back above water? Well,
I certainly enjoyed working with them this morning. They were very receptive to what we were doing. The quality was there, the atmosphere was there that we would want. So, if first impressions of a new squad, certainly there's different players here from when I last took over. First impressions were really good this morning.
A lot of criticism has been in the spending, that Romelu wasn't replaced like for like. Do you see that's going to be a problem with where your goals are going to come from?
Yeah, I'll go back to the point I made earlier about the team. The team has got to chip in with the goals. We've got to play in a way that we create more opportunities to give certainly the strikers that I've seen been playing the opportunities to score. So the way I want to play, I certainly want to create more opportunities than we have been doing, and it's not just the strikers' responsibility; it's the team's responsibility to get the goals. And we must emphasise. We need to create more.
A few former players have come in, people who've worked with Ronald, and said he was essentially a fair weather manager, and when times get tough, he didn't have that ability to pick players up and put a smile back on faces. I mean, you come across as an incredibly positive guy. Do you think that's going to be part of your role in these early stages of however long this managerial stint lasts?
Well, first of all, I think that's a little bit unfair on Ronald. I think Ronald's has been a world-class footballer, and he's a very experienced manager, and he's achieved levels of success in his managerial career. I can only be, what I am. I will certainly take on what I do with the under-23s into the first team environment, because I don't want to be anything that I'm not. I've got to give myself the best opportunity to help the players to win a game of football. So I certainly won't change my values and what I believe is right when I'm setting up a football team, and I'll take on board what I do day in, day out with the under-23s into the first team environment.
Sorry, just one more. When Farhad gave Ronald the job, what was it, 16 months ago, he kind of inferred that it was because he wanted a star on the touchline, somebody of the ilk of a Mourinho, a Pep, just to have that kind of standing to lead this club forward. How do you sell yourself? Because you're not that kind of manager yet, are you, on the world stage?
No, my profile is, from a managerial point of view, is not. But you need to win, and Farhad, the chairman, the board, they want a winning manager. So I could be anybody. If you win, you keep your job. So I certainly want to try and perform and win, and help the players to get to the position where we can start winning games again.
Thank you.
David, I just wondered, what do you think you can do with these players that Ronald couldn't do?
Oh, well, I have a set of values, a way of playing that, like I just said, I want to take into the first team environment. I'll keep those to myself and to the players, if you don't mind, because I think that's the right thing to do. Sometimes, a change of manager gives a squad a lift. Gives a set of players a lift. Sometimes it doesn't. But I won't change what I believe in. I believe the game should be played in a certain way. I believe the Evertonians want to play in a certain way. I know that. I've been there. I've done it. And I need to use that experience as a player here. The expectation level, the way an Evertonian wants to see his team playing. I'm certainly going to pass all that experience on to the players. In the right way.
Is that going to involve big changes immediately then, and are you able to do that if that's the case at this stage of the season?
Big changes, no. Maybe tweaks here and there. And like I said, I need to try and spend as much time as I can with the players on the training ground, or in meetings, just getting my point across, and hopefully they take on board that information and produce it in games.
Okay, guys, if we can just end the TVs there, please. Thank you.